Welcome to this newsy video. So CES 2019 is going on down in Las Vegas. I'm not there, but I've been able to see quite a few speakers that have been announced over there, and this video is kind of just to give you an idea of what to expect in the studio as far as Bluetooth speakers. JBL has announced a few speakers. The JBL Flip 5 will be coming out in 2019. The design doesn't look very different from the Flip 4, but maybe two things that I've seen that are different, and that's the charging port has moved from micro USB to a USB Type-C. Pretty cool. The only other thing that I'm seeing is that they have something that they were calling the new racetrack shaped driver, which means we are moving away from the stereo dual drivers that we had on the Flip 4 down to single driver like they did with the Charge 4. I don't like that move, but we'll listen to it and see. They say it should have a better bass performance, which is probably true because the JBL Charge 4, not by a lot, but it did a little bit better than the JBL Charge 3. So fingers crossed. I'm kind of excited to get my hands on it. They also announced the JBL JR Pop, which it looks like it's been out for maybe a month or so already, but I hadn't gotten my hands to it, and I didn't know it was actually out there until today when I saw it being announced over there at CES. But it's a kid-friendly speaker, not in a way that it will censor the bad words out for kids, but just that the kids can play with it and it won't break. It's IPX7 rated. It can play for up to 5 hours, I believe. And it has a little ring light on it. It comes in 6 colors. So they announced some of the things, obviously, but I mostly focused on Bluetooth speakers, so I'm going to move on to Sony. Sony refreshed not all of them, but most of the SRS XP series of speakers. They announced the SRS XP12, and that's succeeding the SRS XP10. Pretty cool. It looks like the only difference here that I've seen is that it's now completely waterproof, not water resistant like the SRS XP10 was. They also announced the SRS XP22. This one coming in replacing the SRS XP21. And this one here, not really much difference. The same drivers, same everything, except they are moving away from the all fabric design to some fabric and some plastic. I kind of liked the previous models, the way they were designed, that all fabric, but they've also changed the wrapping of the lighting. Still one light, one single color LED light there, but completely different kind of design, about the same size it looks like, but yeah. And also they also mentioned the SRS XP32 replacing the SRS XP31. Again, nothing else is different except for the design of the speakers. And I kind of also hate, it looks like they still have micro USB charging. I feel like they should move over to USB Type-C like JBL is doing, and I was expecting them to do that at least, with this release of these speakers, but yes, they're sticking to their guns. They're still running. Looks like, I could be wrong, it really does look like it's micro USB charging, and nobody has said anything about USB Type-C, so yes, micro USB charging still on there. This is where I would say they announced the SRS XP42, but I haven't seen anything about that. I'm not sure if they're skipping that for this, rebranding or refresh. I don't know, but it looks like there's no SRS XP42. At least that's what I think they would have named it. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about that. I'm not sure if they're not doing that or they're going to release that later. I don't know. Anyways, they also announced the GTK XP7 and 2, and judging by the dimensions and everything, it looks like the size of the GTK XP90, which we looked at, I don't know, over a year ago or something. It is quite big with lots of lights on it, and yeah, we'll be checking that out when it comes out moving on, what you're looking at here is actually not a grill. Sony is not making grills just yet. But what you're seeing here is another speaker that they have announced. It's called the GTK PG10. It looks like it's a kind of tailgate kind of speaker that you can bring out and outdoors and use. The flaps come open. They have a lot of things going on. This one is really interesting and I really want to check it out, so I will probably be checking it out. It's going for about $250, kind of a steep price, but yeah, we will be picking that one up and checking it out just because it's really interesting and I don't know, I want to check it out. So stay tuned for that interesting speaker and we will be looking at it as soon as it comes out. Okay, so the video is getting a little bit longer than I was intending to, so we will be going through these other ones pretty quick. Tribit announced a speaker too. They announced the Max Sound Plus. Looks a lot like the Sound Go, but I don't know if it's a little bit bigger or something. I couldn't see any good pictures of it, but yeah, we'll be probably checking that one out too. Power Audio also announced an interesting speaker. It's called Mo. I'm kind of interested in this one. It's a collapsible pocket speaker that connects to your phone magnetically, so you can have sound instantly, like portable and all that. It's kind of gimmicky, but kind of interesting. I want kind of to check it out, so we might be looking at that this year. Anker also announced some new speakers, a new line called Rave series. It looks like they're also joining the Party Light speakers also. I'm interested in the Rave itself because it looks more interesting and has lights and all that, so we will be checking that one out for sure. And they also announced a smaller version of that, the Rave Mini, but they also announced some other smaller speakers, the Icon and Icon Mini. So quite a few speakers. Oh my gosh, 2019 is gonna be crazy. Obviously, you want to stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss out when those videos when the speakers come into the studio and those videos start coming out. This video is getting really long and I want to stop it, so if there's anything I've missed, I didn't write it down or it's just out of my brain right now, but it's kind of late and I want to go to bed, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. If you're new here, please subscribe so you don't miss out on the new upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this one and I will see you in the next one. Peace.